Hello, welcome back. It's the book you've all been waiting for. We are Arbeiterian and Mira Manga.
Hello.
This is the Warhammer Book Club, and Mira has been promising for a very long time that she'd read some of these books when she reached 10,000 followers, and it's happened.
Woohoo!
So now we are here with Aaron Dembski-Bowden's
Soul Hunter,
the first book in the Night Lords trilogy.
Da, da, da.
Yeah. So before we start, we've got some things to say. We are humans. We make videos and make podcasts. This is available as a video or a podcast. You can find it in the place you find the normal podcasts or the place you find normal videos. We have Patreons. We have membership schemes. We have merch.
All the things.
All the things.
And we love it when you come and join us, especially when you leave comments and tell us what we got wrong.
And buy things. Yeah.
And
we
buy
like
things.
that too. Yeah.
And any observations we've missed out. So go mad in the comments.
Yeah. Also, we're drinking tea again. And yet again, we are using the Moomin Mystery Box of tea. We picked our mystery teas out of it. I got, we thought that this would, like, the Moomins would help mollify the horror of this book. I got Me Too, which is rooibos and strawberry.
And I got Tangy Trick, which is rooibos and lemon.
Yeah. So we will be drinking those throughout this.
Should we have a little taste test?
A little snuffle?
It's a bit hot.
Mine's rooibos, yeah. I can't smell any strawberry.
I've got a very faint lemony tang going on.
All right.
But yeah.
So we're going to do Soul Hunter. So why are we doing this book?
So essentially, when I started, I think it started around the time that we read Fulgrim.
Yeah.
And people were kind of taunting me to read Soul Hunter if I found that book difficult. So I kind of thought immediately, I'm never going to read this book ever.
Yeah.
And then some of my trusted kind of friends and grimdark buddies were like really pushing it on me. And then Historita Jamaldis said, well, why don't you say if we get 10,000 followers, you'll read it? I thought, that will never happen. And here we are.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because the reason people were saying it was that, like, because you're not a big fan of the more sort of gory bits of 40k fiction. And they were like, this is the goriest, most depraved, most horrific baby skinning book in existence.
I read this whole thing, like, there's a female character in it. I read the whole thing, like, every time she was in peril, I was thinking, oh no, what's going to happen? Yeah. Every time somebody bad came out, and there are some really bad demonic characters, I was terrifying myself. So, incredibly fearful.
But I think we both came out of it going, actually, it's not that bad.
I was saying, I think Ian's just inured me. So I'm like, oh, this is completely horrible. But
you've read The First Heretic.
Yeah.
You've read Fulgrim. I
don't think it's as bad as The First Heretic.
No.
Definitely not.
Aaron Dembski-Bowden got more gory after this. I think it's actually quite a nice story.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
I really enjoyed it, yeah.
So shall we go through... Oh, hold on. First, before we get any further, please, your movie intro.
Okay. In a world, in a dark, dark galaxy, down a dark, dark spaceship, there's a dark, dark basement, and nobody can see anything. There are the Night Lords. Join us to find these non-squeamish nocturnal beings as they use humans as cannon fodder and seek out new darkness within darkness.
She's going a bit Star Trek there.
I was thinking of that thing we read, the Skellington's book.
Oh, the Funny Bones. Yeah,
in a dark town.
Dark town in a dark street. Yeah, it is very dark.
Yes. Join us for Soul Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot was made about how nocturnal they are.
Yeah, how dark they are. Also, weird thing on this book, right? It's this way up, but then the blurb is this way up.
I like that.
It's a bit odd, isn't it?
I felt like on the train, people were like,
because it's in 0G. Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
A lot was made about how even on the spaceship, they had no need for light.
Yeah.
So all the humans just had to get used to no light.
Yeah.
I thought it was, let's talk about the book.
Let's talk about it. Yeah. So we open this book. We meet our friend Talos, a former Night Lord apothecary who's now the sergeant of First Claw, which is a squad. And he suffers intense prophetic visions that like rack him in his chamber. He's on a ship called the Covenant of Blood. We also meet Septimus, Talos' human slave. Yeah. And also artificer and general helper and sort of friend, sort of, not really, but also sort of. Like Septimus is definitely a slave, but also he's like, I'm not going to go back to the Imperium, screw that.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of that through this weird sense of freedom. Like he's weirdly freer than if he was Imperial.
Yes, I think that we get a question about that later. But Septimus is definitely like, you know, the what would you say? Like the number one. He helps out and he understands his master.
He's our main human point of view character.
Yeah, I love Septimus.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
We learn that previous slaves serving Talos, he's obviously the seventh.
Yeah.
He's called Septimus.
It's like Stardust, the previous brothers that all died.
It's exactly that. So he's like Mark Strong or whatever.
Yeah.
And Talos has had to kill them before because of mutation, because of this thing. We also find out from Syrian, who's another Light Lord.
Horrible.
That Talos is broadcasting his visions accidentally over the ship's Vox network while he has them.
It's because when he's sleeping, he's like having nightmares and it's affecting everybody.
Yeah. So he comes out being like, right, we need to go. I've got this plan for a journey home and I need to consult the Exalted, who is the captain of the ship, and he's a bit demony.
And that's how we know we're in 40k.
Yeah.
So I mean...
we meet Talos and his gang, First Claws. There's not many of them. There's Talos the Soul Hunter, who is a sergeant. He doesn't like being an apothecary anymore. He's a sergeant. He also has visions. They're really annoying. They come at the worst times. And then they've got Zal, who's his old friend from school.
Yeah.
Or from like murder school on the streets of Prospero. Zal's the best swordsman. He's like a really good fighter.
Yeah.
And then there's Syrian, who's like the sarcastic, clever one.
Horrible one.
Yeah. And then there's Uzas,
oh my God.
who throughout this is more and more lost to Khorne, and they all sort of joke about it.
Yeah, Uzas
like,
smash.
Yeah. He's sort of like that. There's an awful lot. There was a great line in one of these where Uzas is like, blood for the blood. And someone's just like, Uzas, shut up.
Yeah.
It's just like,
we get it.
We get it. Shut
Uzas.
up. So yeah, but they're all friends. They're all arseholes, but they're all like obviously close. Old comrades.
Think Mournival, but with no daylight.
So, in another plot point, rogue trader Carton Sign discovers an asteroid rich in adamantium, and he's unaware of its true nature. His navigation officer detects an Astartes strike cruiser, the Covenant of Blood, which they don't know what it is. They're like, no record of allegiance who it is.
Yeah.
He tries to hail it, but the ship just does some spooky Night Lord shit. It's like, we have come for you. Comes over all the Voxes because they like scaring people, and then destroys the ship in 51 seconds.
I love it. I mean, this is a great cold open.
Yeah.
It's so good.
However, to investigate, they've landed a party on the moon, including their navigator, Eurydice Mervalian.
Eurydice, where have we heard that name before?
Yeah, Greece. And they've gone down. She's like weird. She doesn't really like doing this job. They're a minor house. They'll get all the crap jobs. And she's on this shitty little ship, and she's like, oh God, I can't even go back to Terra because I'm not very rich.
This is what happens in the Imperium. You get slotted into like slave life.
So
she has psycho abilities, so she's like a navigator for this kind of like prospecting mining team, really rogue trader.
And she thinks this is boring and crap because she has no way out of it.
Yeah.
But she's on the planet with a team, and Talos has foreseen her presence in the visions.
Talos needs her.
Yeah, so he orders to capture them, and they go down by Thunderhawk gunship, which is driven by Septimus, because he used to be a pilot when he was Imperial. And they get Eurydice and 100 captured servitors.
Yeah.
And Talos is like, well, the thing is, this asteroid was once a bit of Nostromo, our old home world.
Wow.
And he saw it destroyed 10,000 years ago.
Okay, end of cold open. And I had no idea at the beginning how this would be, because we find out like a little bit later about like everything. So I just think that was genius. And
the basic plot here is that the heresy happened, they fled into the warp, and then like they got spat out of the warp again like a couple of hundred years before this. So although it's been 10,000 years, they've only experienced a couple of hundred.
Got it.
Yeah, since the heresy, since they ran from Terra or wherever they were.
Interesting.
Eurydice awakens on the Covenant with a metal band covering her third navigator eye.
Yeah, which takes away her powers.
That way she can't kill anyone with it, although she's like, I've never tried to kill anyone with it. I don't even know if you can do that. We're all a bit crap at that. My family, I don't know if we've got that power because we're a bit shit navigators. Anyway, she meets Septimus, and she's like, you need to navigate because we've got very dwindling forces and we're going to need more navigators. Also, your name isn't Eurydice anymore. It's Octavia because you're the 8th slave. And he gives her a medallion that means that no one can hurt her. This is the medallion that says she's property of Talos. Which no one's allowed to hurt her.
And the enemy that he's scared of hurting her is there are a whole cities of mortals, humans on the ship. They live in dark cities in the basement of the ship. And probably because it's Night Lords, you know, and their planet was one of like murder and bad things happening.
It's organised crime world.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Nostromo is organised crime world.
So if she doesn't have the medallion, you know, they would probably all just kill her.
Yeah. And also potential crazy space marines going and rampaging around the lower decks, sating their bloodlust might kill her.
Lord.
Yeah, because that happens when they're bored.
Yeah.
They go and kill a load of people down on the lower decks.
I think the Night Lords are the most killy of humans.
Yeah,
of the space marines.
The whole thing with the Night Lords is that they're from organised crime planet.
Yeah.
And their leader, Comrade Kerr's Night Haunter, was like absolute black and white murder anyone who does any crime until everyone was too scared to do any crime.
Yes.
And the minute he left and went on crusade, it went back to crime world. So he went back and killed the entire planet.
Which we read about in Shadows of Treachery.
Yeah, we do. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
So the Covenant comes out the walk at a place called Krythe, which is an Imperial Forge world. It's under attack by Abaddon the Despoiler.
Abaddon shows up.
Abaddon.
I've not read about Abaddon before.
He turns up. He's doing his crusading. He's trying to topple the Imperium. And the Exalted it turns out the Exalted's a really good Void Captain. He's really good at spaceship fighting. So he launches the Covenant of Blood into Void battle. He targets an Imperial cruiser called the Resolute. And 3 Night Lord squads go and board it, cripple its command decks. And then he does this like spinny thing called a Coronus dive to attack a different ship and brings down its shields, blows it up. We see how good he is doing this. After that boarding, Talos and First Claw board this second ship, the Sword of the God Emperor, through a hull reach. Uzas goes mental amongst the ship's crew, horrible. Killing everybody because he likes that. And Talos then does this thing from his speakers, which is like a scream amplified by these speakers, which like psychically incapacitates all the mortal crew.
So that's how you kill people with your psychic abilities?
Yeah, and then when they're incapacitated, the Exalted does a light lance strike on the hull so they can get out before it blows up.
Yeah, space battles with
and
space
they get
marines.
Rescued by Septimus again.
Yeah.
Talos then, they do this first battle, and Talos goes up to the Exalted. He's like, we lost a lot of people in that, including Fifth Claw.
There aren't many of us left,
yeah,
mate.
And the Exalted isn't, they're like, look, half the claws don't work in this company of 10 claws.
Yeah.
Half of them are half strength. Many of them don't exist anymore. We need more people, and the Exalted is not bothered.
Yeah.
And then Syrion's like, yeah, but the thing is, right, you know he's losing this. He's
got a demon
He's got a demon up him, and the demon's winning, which is why he's so erratic. And then Talos has a vision where he sees Uzas killing Syrian. And he's like, Zal, I've had this vision where Uzas is going to kill Syrian. We need to watch Uzas.
Yes.
He's going to go crazy.
False
and Zal's
flag.
like, that's never going to happen.
False flag.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty. See, we're already getting invested in this little troop because they're meaningful to each other.
So Talos has had this go at his boss, the Exalted.
I love it when you like make it like just call for it.
He's had a go at his boss. And so suddenly Malek, a big Terminator bodyguard of the Exalted, is like, hi Talos, you've got a meeting.
Oh, I love
And it's with
this.
Abaddon the Despoiler on the surface of Solace, this planet.
Skullduggery.
Septimus flies them down. The Thunderhawk's called Blackened. Octavia's there. It goes to Solace's prison spire, which is the penal moon, basically.
He's brought Octavia with him.
And they've got First Claw and the Terminators, Malek and Garradon. And they're met by...
Terminators are the ones in those insane
big,
armor.
giant suits, yeah. They're the Atramantar, who were like the old first like Terminator squads of the Night Lords. So they're met by the Black Legion, who is led by Falcus Kyber, who is a character from the Heresy.
And Neverending Story.
And he's taken to Abaddon, and Abaddon's like, right, I'm going to do a Black Crusade against Cadia soon, but we're going for Krythe because we're going to loot it until the Imperial reinforcements arrive. And Talos refuses to kneel and is like, fuck you, you're relying on sorcerers, I hate sorcerers. Also,
is bad.
we shouldn't be dealing with you, we don't like the Black Legion, I don't know why the Exalted wants to be part of your army, we don't care.
That's pretty much the tone.
And Abaddon is like, right, well, fuck you then, and sprays Talos with some poisonous black gas and knocks him out. And then the Black Legion Terminators escort First Claw away, leaving Talos there. Also leaving Septimus and Octavia
and there's been a prison break
in the gunship, and there's this prison break.
So this is where I'm thinking something terrible is going to happen. They're going to get ripped limb from limb.
So on station, they discover that Blackened's weapons are disabled.
Yeah.
And Talos is still trapped in the prison. And they can find this out because Octavia's got a locator beacon that locates them. They try and defend the gunship against hordes of freed prisoners that have been sent there by this wizard called Reuven. Reuven turns out to works for Abaddon, but he used to be a Night Lord, and everyone hates Reuven.
Everyone hates Reuven.
Talos wakes up in the prison, realizes that it's Reuven who's got him.
Yeah.
Kills loads of Reuven's acolytes. Gets out, rescues Octavia because she's been taken away, and confronts Reuven over a Vox link. And she's like, "Right, you're a dick." And Reuven's like, "But you've got wizard powers. You could help. You could be one of us wizards." And he's like, "Nope, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
And Reuven's like, "Oh, you're just like the Night Haunter. You don't want to play ball with anyone." Yeah.
Well, I mean, this was great because it shows us that he cares for his humans.
Yeah, he does care for his humans.
And it shows us that he's an amazing fighter. He is a force to be reckoned with because he managed to get out.
Yeah. So back on the Covenant, Septimus gives his Legion seal to the Voidborn, who's this 10-year-old kid. So it's really the situation on board this ship is that it's very hard to have kids who don't get mutated or die.
Because you're in and out of the warp.
There's this 10-year-old kid called the Voidborn who everyone's like, "Oh, there's a kid."
A miracle.
So Septimus gives the kid the medallion so it won't get hurt. And Syrian gets annoyed at this. Well, Syrian finds out, and Syrian, who gives Septimus his medallion, because Syrian's like, "I don't need a fucking medallion. I'm Syrian."
Yeah. Syrian's a bad one, though.
Yeah, Syrian.
A bad one, not a bad one.
Talos and his squad, back on Krythe, they're dispatched to relieve 7th Claw, who are fighting on the surface as part of Abaddon's assault. They're pinned down by a Warhound Titan.
Yes.
Septimus does this suicidal bombing run with missiles, which shatter the shields, and then Talos and 1st Claw drive up in their Land Raider and deploy melter bombs on the Titan's legs to tip it over.
And if you were wondering how Space Marines can take on Titans, this was fantastic.
Yeah, they disable the shields and then they just drive up and melter bomb the legs until it falls over, and then basically a horde take to it. Talos gets the Princeps.
Gets into that gunk tank.
Yeah. And he gives the Princeps to, what's his name? The Deltrian, who's the tech priest of the Covenant, who's like a mate. And he's like a metal skeleton man.
Metal skeleton man.
He's a shiny metal skeleton man.
Yeah.
That all happens.
Yeah.
Talos goes back, confronts the Exalted again.
Yes. Oh, yes, this is so cool.
So he's like, "Right, we're losing and we haven't got enough people. I think you should wake up Malkarian,
yes,
the legendary war poet, who's a dreadnought."
Can anybody say dreadnought?
Dreadnought. So, trying to get the dreadnoughts.
Dreadnought, come on.
And Exalted's like, "No, we don't want to wake him up."
Why not?
But then Talos goes to see Deltrian and he's like, "Yeah, do it anyway. Wake up Malkarian."
And guess what? Because it's Mechanicum, they get and take it's not just open the box. It's get the incense out.
Start doing the chanting.
You know,
it's going to take ages.
Big old hoo-ha.
Another Terminator comes down to stop them. Sent by the Exalted. Vral tries to stop them, but Malkarian wakes up and is like, "Yeah, fuck you," and shoots him with an autocannon.
They're so good because they're having issues waking him up, and then the fight occurs. They're like, "You're not to wake him up," and then they think they're going to die, and suddenly he wakes up and saves them. They go, "What happened?" He went, "I heard bolt of fire." Very cool.
Yeah, and and then you're thinking "Oh, is that because Malkarian's crazy or something?" And then you turn out the Exalted just he's the old captain.
Yes.
Malkarian's the old captain. That's why the Exalted doesn't want to wake him up.
Basically, the Exalted is kind of losing his mind and is not doing good things and just wants to get on with it and doesn't want to be checked. So it's conspiracy.
Talos has another vision, but this time he knows that there's a Blood Angels relief force, and they're not weeks away to plunder this planet. They're hours away.
And Ian's written in the notes, morale goes to shit.
Yes, everyone's like, everything goes to shit.
Horribly wrong.
There's another Night Lord captain there, Captain Halasker of the Hunter's Premonition. When he hears this, he starts to withdraw his forces from Krythe, and accusing Abaddon of intentionally misleading them.
Yes.
The Exalted initiates a feigned crash landing, plummeting the Covenant through Krythe's atmosphere to provide cover for the Hunter's Premonition to escape.
This was very cool.
But that means the Hunter has to leave a load of his Night Lords on the planet so the Hunter can get away, and they end up escaping back to the Covenant. So the Covenant gets a boost. Includes a guy called Lucoriphus and his raptors, who are like, they've been twisted by the warp, so they're like bird space marines now.
We get a bunch of raptors popping up. Do you remember we had Raven Guard raptors?
Oh yeah, that's a different. Yeah, annoyingly, that's a different sort of raptor.
Annoying. Like, as a newbie, call them different things, please.
A limited number of names in all of Warhammer.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lucoriphus turns up. He's like chicken marine.
Chicken marine.
Yeah. They're like chicken marines.
Marine.
Yeah.
I love that.
And there's this like crazy action movie crash landing Septimus does to get them back aboard the ship.
Septimus is like basically Han Solo piloting.
They get assaulted by the Blood Angel strike cruiser Malevolence turns up. They launch boarding pods onto the Covenant. Talos and First Claw have to fight the Blood Angels. They do it in Black Market, which is like the human market in the lower levels. And the two dreadnoughts fight. There's a Blood Angel dreadnought, Ragwell the Sufferer, and then he fights Malkarian.
Oh, I really like dreadnoughts ever since I discovered they're on Wii. I mean, we do have there's a moment of fighting in this where the dreadnought's fighting so hard he feels his corpse arm flailing about within his tomb-like dreadnought frame. And I was really getting into it and I thought, I'm twisted and wrong. But there's something about the dreadnoughts, isn't there?
Yeah.
Their eternal damnation to war even longer than they have to.
So they have this big fight. There's a massive big fight. They finally get away, but then Octavia learns that lots of people got killed in this Blood Angels assault, including the Warpborn.
Yes.
So Warpborn gets killed because the Blood Angel kills them. And Octavia learns that the Navigator's been killed by a Blood Angel. And she has to take over as the ship's navigator.
We kind of knew that. We knew that was going to happen, didn't we?
And the ship's not happy with her. The ship doesn't like her.
Yeah.
But she manages to just about make it get away. And that's the end of the book. With there will be more coming up, which there is. There's another 2 books of this.
Well, what a pleasant surprise, Ian.
I know.
It was so good.
Main note under the first set of notes, this is not as scary as everyone said. I had read this again years ago and everyone was like, oh yeah, it's horrific. It's terrible. It's so bleak. And then you're like, actually, it's just a guy with headaches and his human friends.
Do you know what it might be? I think it might be because the Exalted is so despicable and gross, and the demon that comes out of him is very body horror.
Yeah.
And there's situations like, putting a metal bar over your eye and the subjugation and the torment and stuff. But yeah, it's really readable.
It's also got the interpersonal dynamics of the crew is really good. So Lee's a traitor space marine. They're usually done as just evil villains, but it's like a weirdly functioning society with a lot of sympathetic characters who all look out for each other.
Yeah.
Like it's not just revenge all the time. They're all they're looking for purpose. They're looking out for each other. There's even this thing of even when they really disagree to the point of shooting each other, they can't quite bring themselves, there's so few of them left. They've been through so much. Often the Exalted is making bad decisions.
Yeah.
And Talos will go against his will, but the Exalted won't kill him until the very end. And Talos won't kill the Exalted either.
Yeah.
They're not going to fight because there's too few of them left. And they remember when they were all fighting in the crusade together.
Yeah. Well,
so they have these massive disagreements that don't end in people dying.
It's very definitely a dysfunctional family. And you get that even with all the mortals. And there's moments where they're trying to protect the humans, but then when it serves them, they'll just slaughter all the humans. Yeah. But we missed out one really big thing that was absolutely blew my mind. So we get to hear about the name of this book is Soul Hunter.
Oh yeah.
So this is it's kind of B story, but I guess it's going to play out amongst the arcs. The reason, so basically the Primarch of this legion is dead.
Yeah. He's killed by an assassin after the heresy.
That's canon.
Yeah.
And in this, you learn that Talos was a favourite of the Primarch, and the Primarch knew that they were going to die and said, Talos, you need to just chill out when that happens. But I foresee you will be a soul hunter. And even though his Primarch dad said, just leave it, he goes after the assassin.
Yeah.
And kills the assassin.
Which everyone knows the Primarch was Conrad Kurz is a bit of a tortured soul, and he wants to prove that the Emperor is a tyrant. Just as bad as everyone else. And so he's like, the Emperor's going to assassinate me. And when that happens, I'll let them.
Which is a bit like Jesus without the resurrection, if you're doing a biblical comparison. But I think then it gives you the weight of Talos and how he is and how he, his urges and the way he operates. And he is I'm going to go and wake up a dreadnought. He is very able to resist against the Exalted.
He's not going to take over from the Exalted because that's still his captain.
Yeah. But he's going to defy. Like, just as he defied Primarch, Dad.
He's going to do what he thinks is right for the Night Lords. There's also like some flash. You get like a lot of flashbacks to them as well. There's a great flashback in this where they're back from Prospero. They're back on Nostramo, marching through as like a victory parade, and a woman comes out to grab them, and he sort of bats her aside, and Zal is like, "That was your mum."
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Yeah.
That was insane.
It's only Zal who's like, "Do you not remember? That's your mum. You just basically knocked aside and probably killed
her. Yeah.
So there's a lot of this, like, they don't understand what they are anymore when they become Space Marines. They have these terrible memories of their home world. Him and Zal grew up in like squalor as like gang fighters. Though Zal was always a bit more into the gang fighting.
It's really good. You get such a fleshed out. It's done in a very clever way. So the action's relentless, but when you get these flashbacks and you understand why Talos has these visions, how he's connected to his Primarch even named him, gave him the nickname Soul Hunter. Yeah, I think it's great. I was very excited that the Blood Angels turned up as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's good that we get to see them mess with a legion that I know a little bit about.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't read much Night Lords yet in the Horus Heresy.
No, I feel like they are quite neglected so far.
Yeah, and often in the Horus Heresy, they're sort of comedically awful. Like they're comedic villains.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see them here being like, just like people dealing with the fallout of those, of that what happened.
There's a nice treat in Shadows of Treachery where we get baby Primarch story about him.
You get Sevatar's meeting. Yeah. But I quite like the fact there's no Primarch here, really. It's not like Primarch stuff. It's all just dealing with the fallout of being the people after this war.
Yeah. I mean, you hate Primarch.
I'm not a big fan of Primarch point of view stories. Yeah.
You don't like it, no.
Yeah. Also, Conrad Kurz is often written to be a whiny teenager, so it's difficult to read. We have questions.
Yes.
Would you like to do some questions?
Yes.
Okay.
So, David Gibb, it's been a long time since I read Soul Hunter, but I'd be interested to know where the inspiration for Octavia's bodyguard came from. And for Hell's Reach. Oh, I think he thinks we're talking to ADB.
Yeah, no, we're not talking to ADB. Also, Octavia's bodyguard's in the next book. Yeah,
David,
she doesn't have a bodyguard for this one. Yeah, Mungotastic on YouTube says, "Is Mira okay after reading Soul Hunter?"
I am very happy I read it. I'm just worried about my soul and how far I've come.
Oh,
I know.
Who's your favourite member of Historia Gemeldus? Who's your favourite member of First Claw? Talos, Zal, Uzas, or Syrian?
I like Talos.
Okay.
I feel like, because he's close to his dad and he saves Septimus and stuff. Like, he's completely horrific in some ways. Uzas I found intensely annoying, but I was worried about all of them. When they were doing their little Titan strike and they were running around the city, I didn't want any of them to die.
Even Uzas is written really well. Like, sometimes there's points where you can see he's trying.
Yes.
You can see he's trying to not go crazy because he's been told he's not allowed to right now. There's some really nice points with that.
I should also say, we didn't mention this either. In my book, I don't know if everyone's got the same type of copy, but different characters get bold. You won't be able to see that. It's probably too far away. But different characters get bold type. Did you have that?
Oh, yeah. The Dreadnought has talks like this type.
Yeah. So I thought that was quite cool.
NatWest says, is this the most quantity of unlikable heroes in any book? I think they're all quite likable.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we know that they're horrible doing horrible things. I think it's the way ADB writes quite offhandedly about the human fatalities. It lulls you, doesn't it? But you're still rooting for them. You still want them to win. I think the bits that I didn't like the most were probably, in terms of what I was fearful about, were the prisoners. I was really scared. Whenever you go into a prison and you think, oh my God, they're going to be out of control. And the Exalted also seems such a big bad. Also, when Abaddon showed up, I mean, I've watched your video on Abaddon.
Yeah.
So he's very huge.
Yeah.
He's as big as any other big character in their lore. So I was very concerned about what he'd get up to.
At 40k Abaddon, we've met 30k Abaddon.
Yeah, but 40k, he's more prominent, isn't he? Because everyone else is dead.
He's the big Chaos Horus.
He's the Black Crusade leader.
Yes, he leads the Black Crusades. Yeah.
See, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. Gangster Monkey 214, did ADB invent the Raptor cult amongst Chaos Space Marines and invent the implication of the existence of a Raptor god in the warp? I don't know. I don't think he invented the Raptor cult. That was around for a long time before this book.
Is there a Raptor god?
I don't remember any mention of that at all. So I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, because we'll never find out because ADB can't talk to us.
Again, I think that he might think that we're asking ADB.
Yeah, we can just use our imagination.
Did you manage to, Mattia Giardini, did you manage to empathise with the Night Lords? I did not and could not actually finish the trilogy. Mattia is a nicer person than us.
Then we are. I mean, I found the characters very sympathetic, even though the first thing they did was go and enslave a poor, navigator.
Yeah.
And I don't know what my problem is. I mean, I do know my problem is. I think I want to heal everybody. But I think when you think about Space Marines, especially a chapter that's lost their Primarch and then is then having to go through kind of warped demon crazy guidance, what can you do?
I know. I was very empathetic for them. I think they were written really well.
Yeah.
And I love that weird thing where like there's a good argument that
we're baddies.
Well, also it brings into focus, it's like we were saying about, I mean, Aaron Dembski-Bowden's very good at getting this, but it brings into focus the fact the Imperium's so horrible. But they're very much like,
you kind of said this to me.
They're very much like the Night Lords are very much like we're screwed, and really there was no other choice. We would choose the same thing again. It wasn't wrong to go against the Imperium. And also Septimus and Octavia are both implied to have had horrific lives of penal service. Basically, they were. Although they are now slaves to Talos, the implication is they were enslaved before. They had no choice.
Septimus is a bit like, hey, we're here, like just make the most of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, we've got more freedom than we would have.
Yeah.
It comes under the threat of death.
Exactly.
That it did before. So yeah. Questing which, having written stories with characters who are known for their foresight, aside from the evident effects of having this trait, are there other similarities between the characters or Sanguinius, the Night Haunter, and the Emperor, all of which have foresight?
Visions.
Yeah. And the interesting thing they do here, which is, well, actually what's interesting here is that usually in 40k, visions are bad. And also the other thing is visions, there's a great quote in some of the heresy books where the Emperor talks about visions, and he's like, I think it might be in the Outcast Dead, where he's like, the way premonition works is you see the goal, but you don't, it's like seeing a mountain on the horizon. You have no idea how to get there or how you're going to get there or if you'll get there. But that is something that could happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think the method of the different visions is interesting. Obviously, Talos has nightmares. It's like an affliction and a headache. Sanguinius, I think, is more of like a holy kind of like...
But he only sees his own death, which is also bad.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, if you could choose a vision or not, I think most people would choose probably not to. Yeah,
and Night Haunter has the same thing as Talos. They're incredibly painful visions of the future. Yeah,
and I feel like the Emperor just is, the perfect genetically modified psyker.
Yeah. So. Juho X, who's the biggest bastard of First Claw? I don't think I've put any of them in the actual bastard list.
It's hard to say at the moment, isn't it?
But I'm going to go with possibly Zal. Zal's a bit of a git. I mean, he's kind of the voice of reason in this, but you get the impression he's also the one with the least compassion.
Yeah, I mean, Zal doesn't care about any of them. I think I'm going to have to go with, what's his name, Smash.
Uzas,
just because he's so destructive. He's like so bloodthirsty. He's very awkward.
I like the idea though of like, we're going to do this Night Lord squad, but even though they're trying not to be aligned with chaos, one of them's starting to become a Khorne berserker. He's starting to whisper to him, and he can't stop it. It becomes more tragic in some of the other books. Macariel, it seems the mortals on board the Night Lord vessel arrange themselves quite quickly with their circumstances. Is that a reflection that the average human in the Imperium might be treated even worse under the Night Lord than under the Night Lords? That's the idea. Like they actually end up fitting in quite well.
Yeah, because if you read about the Citadel within the spaceship, it's all set up. You know, they have it's a terrible life in 40k, but it's livable. Yeah, it's doable.
I have two people on the bastard scale for this: Abaddon and the Exalted.
I think Abaddon, he's not that big of a bastard in this one, is he? He's just, I think he's a bit of a 3.
He's a 3. Abaddon, the Despoiler, 3 on the bastard scale. And the Exalted. And his demon up him.
This is again, I think if you have the two of them together, I think he's an 8 on the bastard scale. Okay. But no, the 8 feels high because I'm just thinking about others. Yeah. Maybe 6.
6. Okay, not too bastardy this. Given who it's about.
Yeah, given the circumstances and what they're trying to achieve, I think the biggest bastardy thing they probably did is kidnapping the mortals, killing the mortals. And that is all of the Night Lords, let's face it.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite normal. I mean, to be honest, that's quite normal for a lot of Space Marines.
Really?
Yeah.
I get the feeling the Night Lords have got this vibe that they care less about human life.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
For Night Lords on the bastard scale, let's chuck that Legion.
The whole Night Lords vibe is like the whole Night Lords thing is that they're meant to be like a terror weapon, and Conrad Kurz is incredibly obsessed with justice. So he's like, I want you all to stop doing crime. So what I'm personally going to do is anyone who does crime, I'm going to horrifically murder and string to a lamppost until you stop doing crime out of fear of me. And that is a peaceful society. Yeah. So when he becomes leader of the Night Lords, they have tactics like, great, what's going to happen is we need to bring this planet into compliance. So we'll turn up, we'll kill communications, whisper scary things over the Vox network, and then one night we'll just turn up in one city and flay alive everyone in the city. And then we'll broadcast that to the other cities. And then the planet will turn to our side, right? And that's the best way to get a bloodless compliance. You sacrifice one city and then he's like, well, this is much better than having a war.
Oh my God, this is like two trolleys.
He's like, well, I've killed less people than you guys would have done if you'd gone to war against them. Yeah. We just slaughtered one city horrifically and everyone fell into line.
This is why your channel's so good. Like, don't draw me into this.
And that's the whole thing with them. It's like, it doesn't matter. Murder everybody. Do horrific things just to show that you can. That way, it'll be much easier to fight them if they're all scared.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I don't know if I'm going for it. So who have you ever played Night Lords?
Yeah. Do you remember Toby from Hate? He plays Night Lords.
Oh, Toby.
Yeah, Tall Toby from Hate plays Night Lords.
Hello, Toby.
Hey, Toby. Toby's Instagram's very good. Toby, so his Instagram is called Bad User Name Tag.
Okay.
And he's now on the list of like people who paint weird shit for Warhammer. So he sometimes sends in weird Age of Sigmar skeletons murdering each other and eating their faces and things like that. Yay. It's all very gruesome. He uses a lot of like animal bones. Ugh. Yeah.
But he's absolutely lovely.
And he does Night Lords.
Wasn't he one of the founders of Hate?
He was, yeah. Long time ago.
We should say Hackney Area Tabletop Enthusiasts.
But it's not called that now. It's the Hobby and Tabletop Enthusiasts because they had to move to Wood Green. So they're not in the Hackney area anymore. Yeah. It's the Hobby and Tabletop Enthusiasts in Wood Green. If you're in North London, go there and play mostly Infinity and Necromunda. Yeah. But sometimes 40k.
And just to make sure everybody knows, they are anti anything nasty and they're trying to be very inclusive.
They're very nice humans.
A lovely club.
Lovely club. Yeah. Also, the place they play it in, which is called Caramel in Wood Green, is this really nice like community venue. All the food's vegan, all the beer's really locally sourced. It's all really, really nice. Yeah. Nice little place. It's just very far from me, so I don't get there very often.
Well, we're both members of Hate, but you run your own games a lot now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And, we might even do the venue again for a few months. Yeah. Ooh. Might start a Promethean tank too, the Promethean.
You heard it here first on the Precinct House.
So it's hard to get to Wood Green when you live in South London, but hey ho.
So Ian, are we going to read the next two Night Lords?
I already have, on the assumption you were going to read the next two.
I have the
deal was you had to read the Night Lords trilogy, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would be lovely if we could say when I get to 11k, I'll do the next book. I'm nearly there.
Okay.
And then, 12k, the next book.
Blood, Reaver and Void Stalker.
Yeah.
Are the books.
And I've been whispers that there might be a love story.
There might be a love story in this. It might technically qualify for Warhammer romance.
Yeah. So Septimus and Octavia in this kind of have little vibes.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I mean, that's going to make me read the next one, I think.
Good. Well, there we go. That is the book Soul Hunter by Aaron Dembski-Bowden. Looking at our runtime, we actually got through that quite quickly. It is quite a lot shorter than most of the books we get.
Yeah. I feel like we may have left out a lot of detail in the excitement.
Yeah, I know. There is a lot of other things that happen, and I've tried to it's a busy book. But it was great to read. I went through it really, really quickly, which is why possibly I didn't take all the notes.
See, I mean, I went through it really quickly as well. I mean, let's consider, because I'm not going to be able to interview Aaron.
No.
So maybe I'll do a little bit on my channel with some other Night Lords players.
Yeah, maybe you should.
And have a little chat and they can go through all the in-depth grot that we've mastered.
What's interesting is the next thing we're going to do today is record Shadows of Treachery, which is a first big look at Night Lords in the Heresy.
Which I loved that origin story.
Yeah, with Sevatar, who's a lovely guy. So anyway, so if you'd like to buy our stuff, then you can buy our stuff. We both have stuff to buy, and you can see it on the various merch stores of our various channels.
I mean, I have to say, Ian's t-shirts are amazing. And if you like the book club, please support us. There's pictures of you and me on a t-shirt.
That's true, yeah.
Me as a towel.
Oh yeah, yes, that's true. That is on the t-shirt.
And there is a Magic Space Frogs t-shirt, which I have.
The new Badab Lamenters t-shirt is very good as well. That's being very popular recently. Also, I'm moving house, so please buy t-shirts and join the Patreon.
Help Ian out.
Yeah, please. I'm going to get a slightly bigger room next time with carpeted walls, so there's less echo.
Yes, I have got a bunch of t-shirts that are kind of a bit sillier than yours.
Yeah.
Have had
They're
Games
fun.
Workshop remove some.
Yeah.
But please go and have a look. It's Not My Fault The Warp Made Me Do It is one.
Yeah.
And The Emperor Inspects, where we've got the Emperor with a clipboard on it.
Yeah.
Also, if you're interested in joining the book club, you can join both of us on Patrons, and we answer questions. So you probably get priority if you're paying, let's be honest.
Also, we should say, because there's been a lot of questions on this,
Yeah.
if you join the Patreon, then we usually put the books up that we're reading ahead of time, and so that you have enough time to answer questions. That's where we get the questions we're asking.
Yeah.
Or for book club, and for like your book club, which you do in person with real humans on a stream.
And also, we should say, if you have suggestions for books that you'd like us to read, we already have the longest list ever.
Yeah, because it's the heresy.
Yeah. But we keep getting sidetracked. I think we're interested in reading The Vaults of Terror with Chris Ray, maybe.
We should do that.
We're reading Angel Exterminatus in the Heresy. But if you have any books you think we would love, please let us know in the comments.
Cool. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, until next time, we shall see you later. Ave Dominus Nox. Have a nice time in the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, love it.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
And if you'd like to follow this series, well, like and subscribe and you'll probably get notifications. And check below for details of the Patreon, the YouTube membership scheme, the merch store, and of course, the second channel. See ya!